Alright you guys, ZFR back here, and in this video I just want to go ahead and pump another video out for you guys really quickly, because I know we've been struggling this past week or two to get videos out, and I'm just like, I'm trying to stay on it guys, but there's just a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes right now. I've got a lot on the plate, so I'm just trying to juggle it all, but we're definitely going to start getting back on track with videos. Like, I have a whole list of videos I need to make. So we have content that we can get into. So with that being said, one thing I've fallen behind on that I want to catch up with before tomorrow is The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead videos, I haven't been able to review the past 2 episodes, which is fine because the reviews haven't been doing too well since like the good old days in season 6 and 7. So with that being said, I'm fine with just doing more videos like this for The Walking Dead. But pretty much we're going to kind of discuss the past couple of episodes, the past 2 episodes really, and then what we think is coming up in the next episode, episode 908. Really excited for this one. It's titled Evolution, and man, this is the episode we've been waiting for, guys. This is it. This is 100% the episode where we're getting the Whispers. I'm really excited to finally see the Whispers, man. We've been talking about them for a while. We've been getting hyped for them for a while. You know, their comic art in the comics just finished up like what? I want to say it was almost a year ago now. No, it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long. It was a few months ago. Like it was a good way back, yeah, I guess. But anyway, that wrapped up not too long ago, and ever since then, like we've just been hyped to see them get to them on the show and stuff. And I'm really excited to see how they're going to do this on the show. So with that being said, if you haven't read the comics, if you have not read the Walking Dead comics, I highly recommend that you get off of this video and just wait for the episode. I highly recommend that you do not look at any other videos about the Whispers. I highly recommend that you save the Whispers to be a surprise for yourself, because man, you are in for one heck of a reveal if you do not know what the Whispers are in The Walking Dead. If you don't know, you are in for one heck of a reveal, so you definitely should not spoil this for yourself. But yeah, anyway guys, so getting into this, like the past couple episodes have been pretty great. Like this entire season, in my opinion, has been great. Like if this season keeps on like this is definitely going to be my favorite season of The Walking Dead. Because so far, at this rate, I can't really say that I've disliked any of these episodes. Last episode was a little slow, some people were saying. It was a little flat and stuff. I still liked it. It still had a lot of really important and really cool stuff in it. It was still an enjoyable episode. So with that being said, I still really enjoyed the episode. However though, it was, if I had to put it on a scale, it's about like just slightly above average. So with that being said, it wasn't anything too crazy or special, but it was above average for me, right? The writing and the acting and all that, the structure, the story, like it's all really coming together this season, and I've just been enjoying the heck out of Walking Dead in season 9. So with that being said, it seems like Rick's death, or his supposed death, hasn't really hurt the show that much, at least in terms of like the way they're making it, right? But yeah, overall, like the season so far has been good. The stuff we're seeing with after the time skip, Magnus group and stuff, I was a little iffy on them in that first episode, in episode 6, with the way they were doing the group and stuff, Magnus group I mean. I was a little iffy on some of the stuff, even like the hardcore Masone. I wasn't sure how I felt about it. I wasn't really sure. But in episode 7, it all started to grow on me a lot more, which I think is the reason I liked episode 7, because it gave you a little bit more time. Even though it was a slower episode, it did give you more time to let some of these massive character changes and, you know, the new state of the world, as you can call it, like, you know, the world of Walking Dead 6 years later, like that whole new state of the world. Episode 7 just gave you a little bit more time to let that sink in, and I think that's what I enjoyed about episode 7. But you know, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. Judith Grimes, once again, I'm still a little iffy on that revolver. Like, everyone's talking about the revolver, right? Like, that's a pretty big gun for her. It looks, it's not that it's cool. I mean, it's not that it's not cool or anything, or that it ruins the experience, or that it breaks the immersion too much. But it just looks kind of goofy, man. It really does. Like, cause I mean, if you know anything about guns, like, you know that she should not be able to fire that big gun like that. Not that well as she be handling it. Nah. Like, so with that being said, that's a little wishy-washy, but I am glad she has the gun. I hope we get to see her age up over the next few seasons, and eventually she grows into it a little bit more. And if they don't ignore the fact that it's a little bit big for her, because we haven't actually seen her shoot it yet, right? Like, we saw her shoot it in that one episode, and she was nailing headshots, so it was kind of crazy. But, you know, we don't know how it looks when she's actually shooting it. You know, if they do a good job of making sure they show that it has a lot of kick and stuff, and maybe at some points, if she doesn't get enough time to, you know, brace herself or whatever, maybe the kick is a little too much for her, then we'll see. But either way, I'm pretty sure she'll eventually grow into the gun, so that's not a big deal. But the actor herself for Judith Grimes is good. That's really good. Like, so far I've seen the same across the board with a lot of other people. People like them. Like, people like her, I mean. Like, the actor, the little actress, has some charisma. So with that being said, I hope we get to see some more of her. We only saw her in episode 6. We didn't see her in episode 7, and I kind of don't think we'll see her in episode 8. So hopefully she plays a big role this season. Maybe not a big role, but hopefully we see her some, right? Which we definitely will, but hopefully a good amount. Like, I don't think she's going to be on the front lines at any point. I really don't. I think we're going to follow Henry a lot more than some people think we will this season. I think he is definitely now an A-list character, so people who don't like Henry, sorry, but I'm almost certain at this point Henry is from here on out going to be a A-list character on this show. So keep that in mind. Like, and I do mean A-list, like, moving up to the level that Carl and Rick were on. Like, not in terms of how, you know, how awesome he is or whatever, but I mean, like, in terms of his safety on the show, the probability of him dying, the amount of screen time he's going to get and stuff. It looks like he's going to be an A-lister to me. But anyway, other than that, like, yeah, they're going to do a lot of stuff with Henry. They're obviously remixing his story with Comet Carl's, which a lot of people predicted back in the day. The stuff with Carol, like, all the Carol stuff has been great so far. I've been really loving it. Maggie's departure, like, obviously, if you guys know what's going on behind the scenes, Lauren Cohan, the actress that plays Maggie, she was having some problems with her contract and, you know, getting a new deal and stuff, and they were going through some negotiation problems, so the actress decided to take a quick break from the show. But from the way it sounds like she is almost certainly coming back next season. So don't worry about that too much. I know some people are kind of freaking out about that. Like, we gotta wait till next season to see Maggie again. Well, the good thing about this is all of this happened on the verge of a very intense arc. Like, a lot of what's going to happen in the Whisper arc happens over the course of like what I'm gonna say a few weeks. Like, so with that being said, like not that much time is going to pass on the show in between now and next season. No more. There's not gonna be any more big time skips. Probably, I would think until like, if we get another time skip, it wouldn't be until the end of next season or close to it, or maybe even in season 11, depending on how they decide to go about this Whisper story. But with that being said, I do think the Whispers are going to last for all of this season and then most of next season, if not all of it. I'm pretty sure it might be all of it, though. I can see them making them last all of next season. But with that being said, let's get into the Whisperers themselves. And I could talk about a lot of stuff. There's the stuff with Gabriel, Negan, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, we can save some of that for a different time. I feel like we've talked about all the big stuff that I really want to get out of the way so far. Now that we're all caught up, let's talk about the Whispers. So, got our first glimpse of them at the end of episode 6. Then we got some more of them at the beginning of episode 7. And so far, I'm loving the way they're portraying them on the show. And here's the part where, if you don't want to be spoiled yet, you might want to be careful with this part. I don't have any actual spoilers. I don't know what's going to happen in the episode or anything. But if you look at the preview for episode 908, which is the picture that I have up on screen now, the Whisperers do appear. Like, we do have our first looks at the Whisperers already. If you want to see them, they've 100% shown at least 2 of them. The first one is that one that everyone's already been talking about. You know, standing in the rain, surrounded by fog and stuff, and he's in like this weird stance, just standing back like that, like something you don't usually see zombies do or walkers do. My bad. So with that being said, that's definitely a Whisper. But the one you see on screen right now in the trailer, this is 100% without a doubt a Whisper. Like, the one that's the zombie or the walker that you see on screen is definitely a Whisper. And here's how you know. In the trailer, all of the other walkers, and you can even see it in the image, they're all walking the other way. This one stops and slowly turns and looks in the direction of Daryl and Jesus and oh my god, I forgot the other dude's name, Aaron. Oh my god. It looks in their direction, and that's clearly one of the Whisperers listening in on what they're saying. You know, so with that being said, this is about to be awesome. This is about to be awesome. We're definitely getting the reveal this episode. I don't think we're gonna have to wait until the next half of the season in order to get our first look at the Whispers. I think we're getting our first look towards the end of this episode, and they're going to leave it on that big cliffhanger of the group of characters that are out there: Daryl, Jesus, Aaron, and Eugene. I think all of them are going to get captured by the end of this episode by the Whisperers. I think the Whisperers are going to beat them and capture them. And if that happens, we may see Alpha this episode. I forget the actress that's playing her, but they have announced the actress that's playing her. So we may see her by the end of this episode. We may also see Lydia too, though, but I don't know, cause I can't really remember from the comics. But doesn't Lydia come first? No, Alpha comes first, then it's Lydia. So yeah, we might see Alpha by the end of this episode, and we will probably see Lydia beginning of next season or whatever. So with that being said, I'm really excited for this. I am really excited for the Whisper arc on The Walking Dead. So with that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say. So don't forget to leave likes and comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Leave the comments like I said. And don't forget to check back in, because this week coming up, we're going to have a lot of content coming out. We've kind of had a off week or two here, but we're jumping right back into it because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to discuss. So with that being said, let's get into this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. ZFR out, guys.